Hi, my name is Nadav Aschar. I'm an associate attorney with McAllister, Garfield in Denver, Colorado. First and foremost, let's go through the qualifications to obtain a license. A license is generally held by a corporate entity, whether it's a limited liability company or a corporation. The individuals of that company are what's called associated key license holders. Those are the owners. The owners or associated key license holders of a marijuana business must be 21 years of age or older. Each individual owner must be up to date on government obligations. So if you have any student loan delinquencies, or you're not current on a tax plan, or you haven't filed your tax returns over the last couple of years, you'll need to work with a CPA or an attorney to get yourself up to date and in order to qualify to own a license. Additionally, certain felonies might disqualify an owner from holding a marijuana license. For example, if you have a distribution felony for drugs over the last couple of years, you will be disqualified from owning a marijuana license. Lastly, while there used to be a 2-year residency requirement for the state of Colorado in order to own a marijuana license, there is no longer a 2-year residency requirement. Out-of-state individuals or Colorado residents who haven't fully met 2 years of residency can now apply to be an owner of a marijuana business in Colorado, but the process is brand new and is ever changing. We recommend that you consult an attorney and find out exactly what the steps are to be an out-of-state owner. We here at McAllister Garfield are one of the first firms that are assisting out-of-state individuals in applying for out-of-state ownership. In order to own a marijuana business, you must have 2 licenses, a state license and a local license. These licenses are conditional upon one another. So for example, if you were to obtain a state license today, you would still have to wait until the local government issued you a local license before you can begin any operations. So how do you obtain a marijuana license in Colorado? Well, the first step is to find your location. No state or local jurisdiction will accept a cannabis business license application without proof of possession of a premises. So the very first thing you need to do is look for some real estate. You can purchase it yourself or you can lease the property. And here at McAllister Garfield, we can recommend some brokers that you can speak to assist you in finding a property. But you need to find a property before you do anything else. And once you find that property, we recommend that before you put any money down, you call the local planning department or land use department and determine whether or not the type of business that you want to operate is actually a permitted use of that premises. For example, there are 3 different types of licenses. There's a grow, there's an infused products manufacturing facility, and there's a dispensary. If you find an agricultural location in Saguache County, you might not be eligible to dispense marijuana out of that location. And so you need to call the local land use department and determine whether or not the use that you want to perform, whether the operations you want to perform is actually a permitted use. Once you make that determination, you might have to go through a full zoning review process. There may be applications required, and it may take some time to do that. Oftentimes, obtaining a zone use permit is the lengthiest part of this entire process. Finally, you should check to see if there are any HOA or POA concerns in the neighborhood, or if there's local opposition to your type of business. So how do you apply? Well, the first step to obtaining a license after you've gone through all the qualifications and background is to email the state. From the date that you email that request in, it'll be 1 to 2 months before you sit down with an investigator for the Marijuana Enforcement Division and turn in your application. In that 1 to 2 month gap, we are here to assist you in putting together the application and the supporting documentation. What you'll need along with your application that you can find online is a lease, an operating agreement or bylaws if you're a corporation, Secretary of State documents for your entity, sales tax license issued by the Colorado Department of Revenue that allows you to either wholesale or retail marijuana or marijuana product, and loan documents indicating the source of any funding that is coming into the business for use in the business. And lastly, if you're buying a license and changing ownership of an existing license or entity, you'll need the purchase agreement that gives you the right to take interest in that company. McAllister Garfield is here to help you with your licensing needs and your licensing application. We can absolutely guide you through the licensing process and make sure that on the day that you turn in your applications everything goes in without any hiccups.